Here are the 2009 investment guides, each one chock full of advice on how to get back the money you lost after reading their 2008 investment guides. It seems, with few exceptions, these so-called money experts are no better at deciding where to put your money than if you just flipped a coin. Heads, we listen to them. Tails, we ask for an apology. Let's go see what this guy has to say.
And it's to that end that we start here.
Mr. David Elias?
Yes.
The David Elias?
One and only.
Back in the 90s, this guy wrote a book on investments.
Beautiful house.
Well, thank you.
You must not listen to your own advice.
What's that mean?
What that means is David's book wasn't exactly on the money. It made a prediction about where the Dow Jones Industrial Average would be just a few years from now. Oops.
My timing was off. How's that? I like that better than I was wrong. My timing's off a little bit.
David was dodgy. I wanted to Mike Wallace him, but I quickly learned it's very hard to call a guy on the carpet when he's got his 12-year-old grandson sitting in on the interview.
Let me read one thing to you.
Instead, David scolded me for completely missing one of the most important parts of his prediction.
We cannot possibly forecast in the inevitable changes.
The disclaimer on page 103.
Acts of God and other unforeseen variables.
Maybe he should have called it Dow 40,000 unless something changes. Although, in David's defense, he wasn't the only one to make outlandish predictions about the market.
Just 1 0 off. These authors insist their predictions will still come true in time. In time to retire? In geologic time? Who knows? Who cares? I mean, would anybody really listen to these guys anymore? You'd be surprised.
Dow 36,000 author Kevin Hassett was one of John McCain's senior economic advisors. His co-author, James Glassman, serves in the Bush administration as an Undersecretary of State. Bubble boom author Harry Dent, who predicted we'd be in the middle of the greatest stock market boom in history right now, has turned a full 180 with a new prediction titled The Great Depression Ahead.
Which is probably a good sign. And finally, David Elias.
You can run into periods like this. Nothing goes straight up.
What can I say about David Elias that I can't say in front of his grandson? Except that I wish him well in his latest prediction, Dow 40,000.
2026.
2026?
Yes.
Now, if you're wrong about that, can you come back and you'll say you're wrong, or are you going to say your timing was off?
If you come back here, I will cook for you, I will wash your clothes, and I will admit that I was wrong.
Okay. David really was a great sport. And David, if you're right, I'm going to come cook for you, but if you're wrong, I'm bringing you 17 years worth of laundry.
Has he gotten a book deal for a sequel? I know one of the guys did with a very different prediction.
He's not writing any more books. No, he's decided not to.
Meanwhile, that's a good idea to have his grandson there during an interview.
No,
I hope
he's
people
smart.
don't get some ideas
He
from
should
that
go into
method.
PR, yeah.